What's going on, everybody? So I decided to do an impromptu video here towards the end of my training session, and I'm going to go over how I'm manipulating basically momentum and tempo to get basically tax every fiber out of my medial delt. So what I'm going to do is perform a lateral movement. Now what I'm going to do is superset, and I'm overloading two end positions here. So in the very first part of the movement, as you know, the short position of the medial delt, which obviously is the top end range, is where you're weakest, okay? So the ability for you to overload this, obviously, is a limiting factor as far as load, relative to the load you can get, say, 3/4 of the way up, right? So different fibers are stimulated in those different ranges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to superset the exact same motion, but I'm going to overload two end ranges. So the first 8 reps, I'm going to go with a tempo of a 2-second contraction in the top position and completely tax and fatigue those fibers in this position. And then from there, I'm going to go straight into laterals again, but I'm going to increase my load this time. In doing so, I'm going to make it so heavy at the bottom that I need to create momentum, obviously, to get over inertia of the weight to get it up. So my goal is to try to get it to the short position, but because the load's so heavy, after like 2 reps, I may get 3/4 of the way up, then halfway up, and then just kind of partials, so to speak, to finish out the fibers. So this is just another tool that you can use in the toolbox as far as programming. People will ask, well, why don't you just use the exact same weight, do the 2-second pause, and then keep repping out? Well, I could do that, but there comes a point where I'm just going to basically get into kind of what's called oxidative stress, and I would just have to do twice the amount of reps because I'm so strongly out of the bottom position to completely fatigue out. So going from a load that you can get to the short position, 2-second contractions, and you're hitting failure in that point, then increase your load using momentum. And this is a positive way to use momentum, is because there's so much inertia at the bottom you got to overcome. And I'm going to explode, but obviously looking at my tempo, it doesn't look like it's going very fast, and that's because I just have to overcome so much inertia. So this is a good way to stimulate every fiber in the medial delt, so you can see kind of like the strength profile of a muscle. And most movements are going to overload one particular range, like mid-short, mid-lengthen, or short overloaded lengthen. So what we're going to do is basically cover all fibers in this, and there's nothing going to be left of my medial delts, all right? And one other note too before I get started is active range of motion initially. So because I'm overloading the short position, you can see my arms are in line with gravity here. So initially, like, this is like nothing, right? This is easy to do this motion here. Because I'm in line with gravity, there's no tension on my medial delt besides a very, very, very small percentage. Which is another reason why I'm pairing these two movements together and overloading different end ranges. So this is another thing on my eccentric. You're going to notice I'm going to stop about 3/4 of the way down to where my arms are not in line with gravity. That way I'm maintaining tension on the medial delt at all times. Now give this a shot, because obviously your loads are going to be a lot lighter, because stopping in this position as opposed to here is going to be a lot more taxing the fiber, which is a good thing, and it's going to create more and more tension. Because remember, it's significant tension on the tissue. It's not just tension in general. So we want as much tension as we can place on it throughout the entire range. All right, here we go. Whew. Now you can see too, at the end of those, where I'm trying to create momentum, is I wasn't doing or using my body to initiate the motion. So a lot of people will kind of do this exaggerated hip extension, hip thrusting motion to sling the weights up. I mean, obviously your body's going to move a little bit, that's fine, but if you can maintain your execution and just keep the tension where you want it, we're all about fatiguing these fibers. We're not worried about your hips and just trying to ego lift, okay guys? So I hope you got a lot out of this. Any questions about it? Just comment below.